Voices Production has been an advocate for art here in Dubuque for many years, and they've decided to take the art out of the gallery and onto the streets. Let's check it out. I'm here with Gene Tully. He is the president of Voices Production, and you guys have put on an amazing project here in downtown Dubuque. Tell me about these murals.
Well, you're right, Nathan. It's an exciting project, and it was full on. We in this phase of the murals, we had 8 different artists come in from various points in the country, and in 7 weeks we completed 14 murals.
Really?
And so that's a lot of paint.
That's a lot of paint. I mean,
Yeah.
Looking around, you can see just the amount of work that went into this project.
Yes, absolutely.
Tell me, how did this begin?
Well, you know, when we had our last Voices from the Warehouse District show, that was in 2015. And in that show, we took down all the gallery walls that we had constructed over the years and basically turned those into palettes and hired street artists to come in and do their work in the confines of a gallery with lighting and control, and they were on canvas.
Right.
I think we stretched 2,500 square feet of canvas on that. So we can cut those right off the wall, and they're still down there at the gallery. But the thing about it was, you know, again, we had artists coming in from points all, and they were going like, wait a minute, you know, this is such a great town. There's such vibrant art here. Where's the public art?
Right.
You know, and we were going like, well, yeah, you're right. So Sam Mulgrew is the guy that thought about the murals down at the warehouse for the last show. And he's going, you know, we need to take this out to the street and really put the money where the mouth is and saying, if we're going to make public art, if we're going to change the vibration of this town, we're going to have to do it in a strong and bold and committed way to do that. And those are pretty good words for this project because it's strong, it's bold, and it's committed.
It is very inspiring. Now, you said a little bit about working with the owners of the property. I mean, what was that process like?
Well, you know, it went the full gamut.
Right.
From having to say, okay, well, you know, the difference between art on a wall and not art on a wall is another 30 gallons of paint, all right? So it was coordination between the landowner. What's your taste? Okay, look at all these Google images here. What attracts you? Okay, well, we'll find a artist that can do botany. And then, so we recruited this guy from Brooklyn, Andrew Pizzacani, to come in and do the wonderful one down the street. And that's the way it worked.
I know, I'm sure each one of these is like your children. But do you have a favorite?
Boy, that's a...
Did you have one that struck you maybe just a little bit more than the others?
You know, work. He has 2 walls here. And he did a piece on at 5th and Locust that really appeals to me. It's a fox riding a horse, and the back haunches of the horse is an inverted hand. And it talks about, you know, there's a paddle wheel in there, and he's talking about speed and progression and effort of the horse and the work ethics, and I like the whimsy of that.
Yeah.
You know, too much heavy we got enough heavy in our lives.
Right. And that's, once again, it points to the variety, not only from this one that has a very justice motion to it, and then this one, which is, you know, almost anime with its bold colors and
these are real Miami
design.
colors here.
Miami
and the one
colors.
upstairs, that's real Miami color too. I think you know, public art has such transformative energy to it that people might not even realize it, but it does something. It creates conversation, it creates beauty, and it creates community. And I'm really thrilled with the way it turned out.
It's really different from what I've seen in Dubuque in the past few years. So last year you had 4 murals go up.
Right.
This year you had 14.
14, right, yeah.
Tell me about that giant leap.
Well, that was a good one. We learned a lot from our first phase, and you know, how to art direct it, you know, how to curate it, what we can expect, what we can, you know, demand and kind of cajole out of these people. But this group of artists that came in were they're professionals. Now, for instance, Dee Dee back here, she did work for Warner Brothers, and she's got work in the Wynwood district, one of the famous districts down in Miami. The one that we've seen down when we were on the ground, that one is Starfighter, and she went from here out to Sacramento to do a 150-foot wall of Lady Gaga.
Wow.
Hired by Lady Gaga to do this. And then so she came back here, worked again, and then off to Sweden, where she was commissioned to do her work there.
So world-class artists.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you're going to go big like this, it better be good.
Right.
You know, it's got to be the best that's out there. And, you know, I've talked to people, Des Moines, for instance, are going like, you know, we don't have anything of this caliber. They've got like a whole downtown full of murals, but we strove for absolutely the best we could get. You know, and sure, there's a money constraint there, but our artists did a just fabulous job. And, you know, one of the really, really reaffirming things about our community is that these artists, not only when we were doing the Voices show, and there were hundreds of artists through there, but these artists that were working on the street and out with the people, they were just going, the people of this town are so friendly. There's so much hospitality here.
Right.
And they wanted to come back, you know?
Oh, that's
I mean, Dee Dee's been here before. She was, no questions asked, man, she's coming. You know, and bringing pals too. So these guys are going out and I'm saying, hey, you know, take the message to the world.
Tell your friends.
Absolutely.
Dubuque and the tri-state area is here waiting for you to come and visit and share your wonderful talents because it's incredible.
It is. You know, the intention of this whole thing, Nathan, was to exhibit to the people, the youth of Dubuque, mainly the youth, really, to say, this can be a cool place.
Right.
This can be an awesome place. You don't have to go to Wynwood District in Miami. You don't have to go to Rhino. You don't have to go out in New York or Berlin or Rio de Janeiro to see some of this pop stuff that's going on so vibrantly. We can do this right here.
Right.
We've got the capability, but it just takes guts, it takes support, and it takes a bit of vision to get out there and say, I want to make this community a vibrant art community, and this is how we're going to do it.
Well, Gene, it's bold, it's vibrant, and it's striking, and I'm really happy that it's here in Dubuque. Thanks a lot for bringing it to us.
Absolutely. You're welcome. Thank you for saying that.